guys, it's Bella and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to do my January wrap-up video. This is all of the books that I read in the month of January. I had a really good January month. I read 24 books. Anytime I tell someone that, they're like, how? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of psychotic. What can I say? So anyways, I'm going to be telling you all the books that I read in the month of January, what I rated them, and a little description on why I rated them that way. And yeah, let's just get into it. I gotta pull up my list because 24 books is too many to keep track of. Starting the month off with Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I was looking forward to reading this book so much. The cover is so cute, and just based on the title, I don't know if you guys thought this way, but I would have assumed this book would have been a love story where she falls in love with a serial killer, and that like plot sounds so good to me, but unfortunately that was not the case at all. I feel like I was kind of gypped, and I think the cover is unfortunately like the best part of this book. I think it was really misleading, and so because of that I rated it a 3 stars. Next, I read Ruthless Vows, which is the sequel to Divine Rivals. I enjoyed Divine Rivals, but I'm not like hopping on like the hardcore stan train like a lot of people on TikTok are. I thought it was going to be more fantasy and magical when I went into it, and there was like there's no fantasy, it's just a little bit of magic, and so I liked it, but I didn't love it. But Ruthless Vows I think was a lot better than Divine Rivals for me because there was a little bit more magic, and I think it was just more action-packed. There was more of like the war stuff going on, which is always what I like about books. I like the action, so I enjoyed Ruthless Vows a lot more than I did Divine Rivals, and I rated Ruthless Vows a 4 stars. Next is Lightlark and Nightbane by Alex Astor, and oh my gosh, like I saw these on TikTok. I didn't really think much about it, and then I finally decided to get it. I actually got them at the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale right after Christmas, and I loved these books. I basically read them in one full day. I just sat and read all day, and I loved those books. The fantasy aspect of them is really good. The characters, there's so many plot twists, and you're kind of going like back and forth like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? And I really enjoyed those books, so I gave both those books 5. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I actually started this book like 3 months ago, and I shelved it because I just couldn't get into it. I was at like 30% and I was not into it, but I finally thought I was ready for it. I was in the mindset, and I sat down and finished it, and I enjoyed it for what it was. That's not my like normal genre of choice. I'm more of a fantasy person, but I did enjoy it. I gave it a 3 stars. I actually have Wildfire, part of my February TBR, that I'm excited to read. Next is Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I have a love-hate relationship with Frida because I hate the Housemaid books, but Never Lie was good. I thought it was good, and the like plot twist, you know, the reveal at the end, I was not expecting, so I gave it a 4 stars because it definitely surprised me. Beach Read by Emily Henry. I have heard such good things about this book, but unfortunately I just didn't love it. I don't know, there's just something about it. I didn't love it. I didn't really understand the hype, so I gave it 4 stars. Lock Every Door. I like Riley's writing a lot. I think that his mystery, like thrillery books are really good, and I always enjoy them. I gave it 4 stars. Happy Place by Emily Henry. This was another one where I feel like I've seen a lot of hype around it, and I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would have. Didn't really feel like the characters had any chemistry, and I don't know, there was just something about it. It didn't feel like lovey to me when it should have been. I don't know. I didn't love it. Next is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I like Holly Jackson's writing. I think it's cute. I think it's YA. I'm not 100% sure, but I liked it. It was a quick read. I actually listened to the audiobook while I was traveling, and it was alright. Like, the concept is kind of interesting, but I'm glad it was a quick read because I don't think I could have done much more like with that. So yeah, I'm glad it was a quick read. I gave 5 Survive 3 stars. Next is the Cruel Prince series. So we've got Cruel Prince, we've got The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. I gave all 3 of these books 5 stars. I loved this series so much. I'm actually doing a signing with Holly Black in March, so I wanted to get down I wanted to start the rabbit hole of her books, and I'm gonna try to finish like most of the main ones before then. And I loved this series. The enemies to lovers, the tension in the books. I loved the magical fantasy aspects of them. They're a really good read, so I definitely recommend those. Again, I give them 5 stars. Next is Assistant to the Villain. I have seen this book at Barnes & Noble every single time I go, and I think it has one of the best covers I've seen on a book. I am a person that will judge a book by its cover, and I was really excited to read this one. I think it is so cute. I think it started off a little cheesy to me. I was kind of like, oh gosh, like what are we doing? But by the end of it, I thought it was so good. Loved the fantasy magical aspect of it. The main character is really awesome. The villain is really awesome. So I'm excited to read the next one when it comes out. I think it comes out this year. But I didn't say it already. I gave it 5 stars. Next is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This book, I feel like I did this to myself, but I don't think I was ready for a book at the time like this. Like I had heard so many good things about it, but I was just really in my fantasy era in January, and I think I wasn't in the right headspace to read a non-fantasy book at the time. I felt like it was dragging. There was a lot in it that I felt was unnecessary. It took me kind of a long time to get into it, and then I shelved it for a few weeks, and then it was kind of like, I'm a completionist, so I was like, I need to just finish this freaking book. But by the end of it, I did really like it. I cried multiple times. I wouldn't say I like loved it, but I did really enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Girl, I loved Powerless. It was so good. It was another one where I just sat and read it all the way through. So good. The ending had me so shook. My heart actually like broke at the ending, and such a good cliffhanger. I cannot wait for the next ones to come out in literally just a few months. And then she released and then she announced Powerful too. Oh gosh, I cannot wait. So 5 stars for Lauren Roberts. I'm so excited to continue this story. If you love fantasy, and you're gonna love it. Okay, next is the Zodiac Academy books. I'm just gonna read them off. So we have The Awakening, Ruthless Fae, The Reckoning, Shadow Princess, Cursed Fates, Fated Throne, and Heartless Sky. I gave all of them 5 stars except for Heartless Sky, which is number 7, and I gave 4 stars to The Awakening, which is number 1. I have been an actual feral rat reading these books. I was reading 1.5 a day. I was really trying to read all of them before House of Flame and Shadow came out. Then I was flying one day and it totally messed up my whole schedule. I have not finished the series. I'm currently reading number 8, and then I have to go through all the little novellas and stuff. But I like this series. I think it's good. I think the plot of it is really good. I think it's really unique. The fact that everything is based on zodiac signs, you know, every day they get their horoscope on their phones. And I think like that is really unique. I think their powers per se, like their abilities are really cool. I love the world that they're in. Like the first few books take place at the school, and I love it. It's like a sexier Harry Potter, I would say. I haven't read Harry Potter, it's actually on my list, but I imagine it's kind of similar to Harry Potter, and I really like the story. Now that I'm reading the 8th book though, I'm kind of like, girl, this should have ended like 3 books ago. A series where you're always up and down, and once you think something is going right, it's gonna go wrong like that. Like nothing ever goes right in these freaking books. I really think it's one of the coolest fantasy stories I've read, and I love the main characters so much. Like the group of the main characters are so awesome. So I really do enjoy that series, and I'm excited to finish it. And the last book, the 9th book, hopefully the last one, comes out this year. So something to look forward to. And then last but certainly not least is House of Flame and Shadow by Miss Sarah J. Maas. I rated this book a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I honestly need to read it again. Like it's one of those things where the hype was so big, the theories online were so crazy, and I don't know if I fell into the trap of theories and hype, because I think I wasn't loving the book as much as I thought I was going to. But I really did enjoy the story. It felt like a nice 3rd book for a trilogy. I enjoyed all the characters that were in it, some of the little nods and deep cuts and crumbs that she left for us, and I'm excited to continue with Miss Maas's journey because I love her so much. So I rated it 4 stars. Once I marinate on it and maybe read it again, I might change my rating to a 5, but as of right now, a few days after, it's still gonna be a 4. That is all 24 books that I read in the month of January. Now we're in February. I don't think I'm gonna be able to read that many, but who knows? You never know. If you have read any of those books, let me know what you thought about them in the comments. Also, don't take my ratings too seriously. I am a pretty easy to please person, I would say, especially when it comes to fantasy, and I don't put that much thought into my ratings. I wish on Goodreads you could do like half or quarter stars, because a lot of my ratings would change. Like all my 5 stars would probably be 4.5. So don't take my ratings too seriously. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to start making book related content on this channel. It's been a goal of mine for a really long time, and I've been really enjoying watching other book YouTubers, so I hope that you enjoy my stuff and you're here to stay. I want to thank you again for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy book content, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye guys!